ReZero, Season 4, Episode 10. Yeah, Natsuki Subaru is here, whatever that means. Whoever wrote that. What that was your problem? Whoever. If this is a prank, a pretty good one. Great great joke. You got me, whoever this is. I don't think this is what this is, but there is that slim chance that this is a Tyler Durden situation, you know, burning your own hand with lye, etc. To make soap versus you render fat. This is the greatest moment of your life, Subaru, and you're missing it. Yeah, now you're just gonna go into war with yourself. And you don't know what the hell's going on. It's all a mystery, so who knows? Yeah, if someone else did this is extremely cruel. It's just absolute psychological torture. It is screwed up. Yikes. It's rough. Here's a question that's hard to answer. How much of you is your name? At first glance, it might not seem like that much, right? But thinking about it personally, it's hard for me to imagine myself under a different name, if that makes sense. It's sort of like the point from which the abstraction of self stems in terms of like putting it into words, like to try to quantify it or describe it verbally or something. It all sort of goes under the umbrella of the name. That's the thing. Your very name itself is under attack. Is it? I can't think of any examples. Oh, there's a great game that I really like where that's the case. I don't want to spoil it. What's crazy is you play as him too. Also, I think the show is just telling us to go with this idea, but if I was to try to think totally from scratch about this, so far he's been using the fact that people are dead, or he finds them dead, as a reason to rule them out as suspects for, you know, whatever manner of terrible things happening. But that's not necessarily the case, right? Like, the killer can be killed, or it can be multiple people, or, you know, whatever. We just don't know. It's also horrific. Like, he's in a better mood now. He looks like he's happy. And he's just looking at her corpse in a sack or whatever. It's rough. That's terrible. Just under a desk. Something so gruesome about this. You just almost caught me. Don't go in there. Whatever you do, do not open that door. That's cute. What do you expect of me, man? It's a lot of pressure. Why? It's not funny right now. It's kind of guilt-inducing. I think something happened to her. Oh no. Why now? Your timing. Okay, it's charitable. I'm not so convinced, but... Oh no, not to Amelia. This is also so charitable, oh my god. The instincts that you should be concerned. She knows him so well. Wow, she just blasted right through that. That's a lot of strength. That's crazy. Yeah, it's sort of shocking. I mean, it makes total sense, right? It's not out of nowhere to the show, but as a human being, like, that sort of strength is remarkable. And like, Subaru has no context for this at all. How did she get to be like this? You know, why would she do this for me? How many people on Earth could genuinely approach it like that? You know, like, you say something that is actually pretty nice, and it's you trying to be better. You're expanding your mind, right? You're pushing yourself. And your lover, the person that you look up to, is like, what are you, an idiot? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, you moron. How many people would, like, genuinely from the depths of their heart, not only not be angry, but, oh, you're in a rough place right now, like, share it with me. You're spiraling again. No one is the answer to that question. This is the most fantastical element of Amelia's character in the show so far. Uh-oh. What manner of terrible thing is here? He has no patience. Oh, she's dead. She died, and we know that. Oh, this is gonna expose what happened. What happens when they ask Subaru? He's looking awfully sweaty right now. Yeah, she doesn't care. No, shut up. They're exposing us. You're exposing your old master. This is terrifying. Legitimately terrifying. Well, it's like two terrible things at once. We're gonna probably end up more sympathetic for her. Oh, that's why she's like that. And then once you're sufficiently attached to her and, you know, all choked up with emotion about her life, you get to watch yourself kill her. That's fun. While all your friends watch. Well, I guess, like, we can't... There's no, like, group watching, right? We read it individually, but you watch your friends read the book and you see their reaction coming out of it. Oh my god. I go first. I volunteer to go first, and you could just take my word for what happened. You guys don't need to read it. It's too awful. I guess it's a strategy there as, like, a guilty party. Kind of jump into reading again. I am actually curious about Millie's backstory and also how she died. I mean, it's a lot. Never have books been this exciting. Fall into reading again. Literally. Take a look. It's in a book. Maybe this is the kid in me, but I really do think I would spend so much time in this library. I would read everyone's book. I can think of very few things that are more interesting than that as activities, if that were possible. I mean, I already watch movies, right? And those are like typically fictional constructions. To really see the events of someone's real life narrativized, that would be such a crazy experience.
自分の始まりを意識したとき、女は何も持っていなかった。周りには誰もいなかった。
She lived in a tree? Like Amelia, but unlike Amelia, there are no people. All right, she's raised by mob beasts. It's also similar to All for One. No sibling either. She was so pathetic, even the mob beasts just took pity on her. Not even worth eating. Oh, it's deer for dinner. Crossover with Demons of the Shadow Realm. Whole deer at Daiso. Oh my god. Super Tarzan. At what point does she wake up? It's a weird scenario, right? At what point do you wake up and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not this. I look completely different. Because you have human conception, right? You have human ability to reason. Even if you don't have the language, you're going to figure that out. You know, you're like, what? This isn't right. How confusing would that be? It's hard to imagine. But like, we're a lot more than just upbringing. It's tough because there are so many inputs that go into our life that make us who we are. But I just have this feeling that the takes I see overestimate the impact of society and culture. Like, I don't think a human, if they were somehow raised by a wolf, would grow up in any way doing wolf stuff. I think it would just be hella confusing and you'd probably just die. It's just like my cat, for real. The queen of the beast, no less. Yeah, I mean, she has some sort of magic, right? Who did that? That wasn't very nice. Oh, hello. I miss you. Oops. I'm your mother now. Aw. She looked so cute when she was young. Is that why she doesn't walk? Because she only knows how to walk on all fours? It's wild. I also like that. What the hell? What is happening right now? What is happening? What is this? This is the mother she was referring to? Not Elsa. Oh, it's you! Lust? Her mother was Lust. Oh my god. Thinking about Lust as a mother. All things considered, I guess Amelia turned out great. Back-to-back Lust and then Elsa, no less. Also, she spent some time as a cockroach, as a frog, as a piranha. Watching this back, I'm trying to fit this into what I know about Lust. Her whole thing of like, there is no real love. It's all just physical attraction. It's all superficial, and we dress it up in fake noble concepts. This, I guess, maybe a non-romantic version, where it's like, you can't actually love me, but I can make you grateful through punishment. Spend some time as a worm. Spend some time as a frog because I force you to. And then when I take you out of that, you'll be so grateful that that's love. I don't know. Somewhere in that ballpark, maybe. Though, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, it's not like there's nothing to that in real life, right? Like, I think there's a temptation or an instinct sometimes in relationships, especially romantic relationships, to try to gain someone's approval or love by kind of teaching them a lesson. The thought of like, well, we'll see how you do without me, the education by removal. You take my kindness and my generosity for granted, so I'll give you nothing. Let's see how you like it when I take that away. How many other people are out there cheating on their spouses or partners or whatever? Think about that. Think about how good I am because I don't cheat. I don't do this negative, which is a terrible, terrible instinct because it just means, or at least suggests to your partner that all of that was transactional to begin with. So it might work as a tactic, but like on net, it damages the integrity of your relationship. It's like, oh, I see. So there's a chance you would do that. Love through leverage is maybe not the highest form of love. If you don't love me, I'll turn you into a frog again. Or a cockroach like I did that one time. Now you love me, don't you? That'll learn ya. That's a mother's job after all. This is just, yeah, this is not nice. I don't like this. It's pain. A tale of two mothers. Rich mother, poor mother. It's like rich dad, poor dad, but way worse. Just, what? Wow, she had no fear of anything whatsoever. What is hatred? What is love? Man, that's scary. But also so amazing. Yeah, there's some big time captive syndrome happening here. Stockholm syndrome. Oh, she's getting a kid doll. That's cute. Right, she's just like following one wild beast after another. And then, wait, what? Wait. Oh, so that was her in our dungeon. She was still worked up like that then? And we're talking about like she's one of us now. No way. She's still right in the middle of all this. This is not like her distant past that she's overcome. The way this is framed, it looks totally different. Okay, I'm watching this again. That guy stole her bag, so she cut off his arm with a smile on her face, as she did. Right, then she died. Yeah, okay, there's a lot here to process. So she was living as a mob beast. Then Elsa, working for Lust, took her out of there. At that point, Lust did something, spend some time as various animals so you can learn to love me or whatever, because that's a thing. But meanwhile, or afterwards, she's spending a lot of time with Elsa, who, like, the fact that she's working for Lust also is interesting. I feel like that probably, if I had a better memory, would ring some bells as to, like, some of the events of early season 1, for example. I guess she was working for Lust this whole time. But anyway, Meili spends time with Elsa, who she probably hates because she took her out of her life with her wolf mother. But at the same time, there's some fondness there, kind of like what I was saying before about love through comparison. Like, oh, this isn't as bad as being a frog, so I guess this is good. There is at least something here from this killer. So, mixed feelings, to say the least. And then just as you're warming up to Elsa, that's ripped away from you again. Someone else comes and kills your new mother. So your adopted family has been killed multiple times, and now you're in a room, just kind of left alone to reflect on all this, trying to catch up with it, check in with yourself in the silence of the dungeon. It's so interesting. It's weird. I joke about loving Elsa, right? And, it's not really a joke because I love Elsa, but if I had to wager a guess, I would say Elsa played the biggest role in Meili's human socialization. And the fact that she's as warm as she is, the fact that she has anything at all that is not revolting, is a tribute to Elsa's goodness somehow. This ends up tragically being great characterization for Elsa, who's long gone, who, like, yeah, maybe she was just contextualizing things, right? She had that inner world, outer world thing just way too severely, right? Like, anyone outside of my box is just an NPC and is disposable. But inside my circle, you love them deeply. And that probably saved Meili, maybe gave her some chance at actually feeling stuff and being normal. And thinking about it that way, I guess that makes Subaru the third in line. He is the third or new adopter. And so, she's maybe just started to sink into this life as sort of this, like, daughter chameleon that she is. I mean, actually, there's a very direct pattern there. Elsa became her mother after killing her mother. Subaru also, in a sense, becomes her mother after killing her mother. I mean, he even makes her dolls, right? I guess that's what that's getting at. Like, after imitating for so long, she doesn't have her own thing. She has to bond and kind of imitate for survival. So what does she really think? What does she really feel? Which is not the same as not having real emotions, but I wouldn't say she's super in touch with them. She's gonna imitate Subaru then. Is this... Wait, what the hell? We have no memory of this. Is this really Subaru? Subaru's been busy reading, apparently. Yeah, this puts this whole thing in a new light, her whole character. This is not Subaru. He doesn't talk like this. You gotta think for yourself. It's very Archbishop. Weird. Sounds weirdly familiar. It doesn't feel like Subaru though. Oh, that's what she was referring to. I see, that was a trigger. So whoever this is, maybe Gluttony takes over. Just kidding. Yeah, this makes it so much more tragic. What the hell was it all for? What a terrible, terrible story. I hate that book. Worst book ever. But does this... Okay, if you see yourself being possessed by someone else, do you know that it's not you? I want to say it would be obvious. I feel like there's something to that, right? For example, it's always weird watching yourself on video, right? It's never quite what you think you are, but to be possessed by an entirely different entity altogether, I think that would be clear. That's not me at all. I would never do that. My neck doesn't move that way, for one. This actually really effective, really well done backstory for Meili. It simultaneously makes her more terrifying and also more sympathetic. We haven't even been seeing Meili. Like, there is no Meili in a sense. She is just a chameleon. I guess maybe unsurprisingly similar to Lust. I'll be whatever you need me to be so that you don't kill me. Please don't throw me into the forest again. Previously, I don't think we've had much insight into what actually she is, what she's thinking or feeling. I think a lot of it's been just a show. And in the same episode, poor sweet Amelia is like, you know what? I think we should be nicer to Meili. I think she's actually a really sweet, trustable person. Actually, maybe not so much. But also, you do want to be nicer to her after this, right? It would be nice if she can actually feel genuine affection or something. So she can actually feel secure in her environment. It's not all just like a transaction and pretending to be what you want me to be. And then she's like opening up, maybe I can trust this person. I can give them my whatever, my heart, and then strangled in the library by fake Natsuki Subaru, who, what do you say to your friends now?
深呼吸深呼吸するかしら
Yeah, deep breath, I suppose.
本に触っちゃいけないかしら混ざり合ってしま
I'd
う
be so curious.
ってこの本が何をしたの
Yeah, no, I'm reading it.
私の喫茶が
Completely unfazed.
君が見た本の内容は
Imagine trying to come up with a lie
メイリー
while you're dealing with this.
記憶だ
Well, duh.
首を
Obviously.
絞められて苦しい苦しいってバタバタしちゃったのよね
What? Okay, what? Okay, this is just more psychological damage.
こんな時ぐらいベティに全力で寄りかかるかしら
Okay, a little bit sensitive about the topic of leaning on people right now.
この二人は冷静じゃない
Why are you in
ち
here?
ゃんと私のこと警戒してたからでしょうけど
This is whatever this other identity is messing with them.
この低たらくで嘘がつけるほどバルスは器用でも
Ouch.
白状でもないでしょ
Okay.
見つけてももう遅いのかもしれない
We
だ
gotta
けど
find.
これ以上
Yeah.
あの子を一人
We
ぼっ
still
ち
gotta
になん
find
てし
her.
ちゃダメでしょ
Makes
死ん
sense.
じゃう前は気にもかけてくれなかったくせに
Her timing was crazy. Yeah,
最後までは見てない
that was a lie. I mean, they're gonna find. I mean, it's a big place, but what were you surprised about? That's talent. Did you see that?
それで
Look at that talent.
私はちびっこ2号を探すべきですか
She wouldn't care.
お兄さんと私の関係を知ってるみたいに聞こえない
She might know. Yeah, she might know everything already.
ちゃんと分かったっすからね
This is. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if this is good or bad. And then random boob shot.
何なんだよ
Do you want someone like that or not? Like, Shala definitely ride or die, as they say, right? And there's something about that that's appealing, right? Like, man, that's real loyalty. But I think more than that, it betrays a lack of depth or values from Shala, right? All my jokes about her shanking people, I don't really think there's much doubt there anymore. You know, like whatever Subaru wants, speaking of being a chameleon, she will hide the body for you. She will probably create the body for you.
なんでお前はそんなに優しいんだ
またいきなりの質問かしら
いや私の死を隠そうとする卑劣感がなぜこんな男が好かれる
Imagine being crushed by the weight of your own self. Like, I can't measure up to myself, though. I mean, something real about that, too. It's such a beautiful thing to be liked. You know, if you're lucky enough to have people believe in you, it's so great. But there's something about it, too, that's like, it's heavy. Because, man, I have to live up to that. Maybe you struggle with thoughts of, am I doing enough? Am I living up to my full potential? Am I living up to people's expectations of me, given how great and benevolent their expectations are? You know, people think this much of me. Am I really doing enough to be worthy of that sort of kindness of spirit? This is a little bit different because, I mean, he just doesn't even know who he is. But there's something there. There's something to that that's relatable enough.
なぜ
なぜなのか私が教えてあげちゃおうかし
Yeah,
ら
yeah, tell us, whatever you are.
やっぱり調子が悪そうなのよ緑部屋で
He
休ん
looks
だ方がいい
thinner
かしら
somehow, like he's lost weight in the last 24 hours. I guess he hasn't eaten.
なんでみんなこんな俺に優しくしてくれるんだよ
He just wants something from me.
床に叩きつけたら簡単に死んじゃいそう
そしたらまた師匠の
Oh, then you could read all their books. Oh, this is such a crazy temptation. I didn't think about this. Right, you could kill them and then read their books, and then you'd know everything.
スバル
That's a terrible, terrible thought. But it's just a thought. Don't look at my arm.
気づかれた
Oops. And he's looking at her neck.
また自分の手を引っかいているのよ
She wouldn't think that that's what it was. Right. Oh. That's so sweet. That makes it so much worse. I'm not worthy of this.
違う
違わないわよ
This is too much. Like, he has an alternate identity and voices in his head at the same time.
一度殺人で問題を解決しようとしたやつは次に問題が起きた時も同じように誰かを殺して解決しよ
Yeah,
う
I mean, I think that goes for crossing lines in general.
癖はね
Yep.
抜けないの
That is true. Yeah, I thought about this a lot. Like, people end up in extreme situations, or you yourself, and you wonder, how did they get here? How did I get here? Well, you didn't just jump right there, right? It was probably a tiny line crossed slightly at first, and then you already crossed that line, right? So now you kind of just live there. You've like gained that ground. So you're even closer to the next line. And this is not only with bad things and with habits, like it's just very pervasive to human psychology, I think, about anchoring and expectation. I've had this experience trading stock, right? Like the amount I'm comfortable wagering has gradually crept up over time because I've done it, right? Like the first time investing $10 was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. But there is creep in terms of what you're comfortable with and what you think is normal, your sort of default line.
入ることのできる部屋は一通り見て
Charlotte covered it up. She did it.
一応レイドにも話を聞いて
Oh yeah, Reed.
見てない
Remember Reed? Reed is still here. I guess presumably we still have to fight him.
随分と話を急がせるものなのよ残された食料にも限りがあります
Are we still okay? I mean, I guess from their perspective, we still have our mission here, but from Sabar's perspective,
1秒でも早く塔を攻略し
hard to think about right now.
スバルもそれでいい
ああ
Whatever.
メイリーも俺たちが足踏みするのを望ま
I
ないと思う
survived this one.
お兄さんったら素敵だわ
I got away with murder.
自分でも信じてないくせに
And if you can get away with murder once... I want to read Prasrash's book, but I also don't want Prasrash to die, so that's a dilemma.
確かめないとお互い気が済まないだろう。
Well, yeah, I mean, I think Charlotte just moved it. That's my theory. Prasrash knows. I can't lie to you. I'll lie to anyone else, but not to you. Right. Right.
なんでだ。
こんな夜更けにこそこそと探し物でも
Oh,
している
oh?
バルス。
Why are you here? That's odd.
偽物と言うべきかしら。
You figured me out. I confess.
夏木スバルの出来損ない。
How did you know that?
見ていたわよ。
Oops. I gotta kill you too now. And why did you keep it a secret? Oh, right. Yeah, she can see a lot. Damn, but Thresh is just a camera for her. That's crazy. I mean, any animal, any insect. That's actually kind of scary as a power. She's always watching. It's sort of intrusive. Murder is a habit, and so therefore... Wow. That transition to the ending, too. Yeah, this makes a lot more sense now, right? When this season started, I'm like, what is all this? This is dark. And in the opening, like, what is this dark Subaru on the staircase? Now I get it. I'm starting to see what it means. Everyone dies. I gotta read your book, you know? It's such a crazy thought. Like, this is a very rare instance where I'm glad something in a show didn't occur to me in advance. I'm really glad I didn't have the thought, oh, well, if you want to read your friend's books, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? It would be a mistake not to kill them. And maybe in that context, this makes more sense. If Shala is kind of like the fixer, you know, if she does the heavy lifting. Wow. So this is a pretty amazing episode. The spiral is real, and it just keeps getting worse also. Because not only do we have this identity we don't understand, but then we also are hearing voices, and we're just losing it in general because of all the pressure. And our friends are suspicious. And there's the pressure of like everyone loving me through this. You know, everyone's so nice to me despite me being this horrible murderous being. The comparison is just really cruel. You know, the light of an ideal hurts even when you're normal, you know, but the light of an ideal when you're in darkness, that's just torture. Like, for example, what I was saying before about people looking up to you. That's always something to reckon with, but reckoning with that in your lowest moment, that's a lot. Anyway, despite all that, still very compelling and surprisingly great, I think, for Meili as a character and Elsa, sadly. I think this episode is really important for Meili. Presumably she's not permanently dead, right? So, I mean, I hope, thinking about that now, a lot of time is passing. I hope we don't like cross a checkpoint here. It's certainly possible because that would be so sad. Like at this moment, at this late hour, we finally understand her. I'm wondering what we're getting at exactly with the murder is a habit thing, because this is sort of a deconstruction of identity in a sense. And we just came off of season 3 Subaru, who was just the hero of heroes in this world. And that's not nothing, right? Like there was momentum there that kind of peaked in Pristiella. But yeah, I mean, you could go the other way, right? There is inertia in any direction you go. Maybe even including holding still, right? Like if you're just holding still, you're an object at rest that's staying at rest. And if you're moving in a direction, then objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Maybe different from inertia in terms of human behavior, there's probably an acceleration because of that change in reference point. Though I feel like to have the full perspective on this, we will need to turn the corner on this arc to get some sort of relief out of it, which maybe is coming from Ram. I mean, this is coming up as a confrontation. I have a feeling that I can't quite explain that this is actually a rescue attempt as opposed to a hostile confrontation. We'll have to wait and see.